on. Let me get these cough songs. I gotta look. Damn. Oh, I got a cough drop. Perfect. I don't want to cough.
I got a cough drop.
It's that pre-episode audio. Right? I got a cough drop.
I got a cough drop.
Hey, what they say? The bloopers. Hey, man.
This nigga's crazy. Oh. Let's see.
Cough, man.
How y'all doing, man?
What's good?
What's going on? It's been a while, fellas.
Yes, sir. We back.
We back, man.
I'm dropping fruit snacks.
I'm dropping fruit snacks.
Oh, babies, can I get one?
Here, man.
There's
Don't
one
be
on
doing
the
that,
ground,
see?
too.
Got some more over there.
The Welch's, the classic.
What's gonna do it?
Don't be dropping.
Ain't gonna do it. But no, man. It's been a while since we missing Jo, but it's been a while since we all kind of been here.
Yeah.
For sure, the streets been asking where we been.
Hey, man, we've been busy, man. We've been outside, man. Yeah, hey, did y'all see our clip make the NSPN?
Yep.
And they gave props. Man,
when they said courtesy of Twin City Sports, I almost cried, man. I'm like, wow, man, we came a long way, man. You know what I'm saying?
I seen
Now we getting excited.
You know what I'm saying? For real.
That's less than a year, though.
That's less than a year.
Just about a year, but that's
Just less than a year.
Man, that was crazy, man.
good work, fellas.
Good work, fellas, for real. Yeah, we owe ourselves a Don DeMarco for that real quick, man.
Yeah,
Let's get that out the way real quick.
I seen the comment. They was like, you should be proud, but, when you working, you don't really pat yourself on the back sometimes. So, hearing it from other people outside, you feel good to hear other people's comments versus, like, if I'm doing it, it's like, it's something that we just do,
Exactly.
All right.
No, exactly. No, you ain't never lied, man. But, yeah, we back, man. We got some stuff to get into today. We like I said, we've been busy. We've been covering a lot of section basketball. It's been crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Been upsets, been surprise wins, been convincing losses. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. How do y'all feel like when it comes to the sections? Which teams kind of surprise? We could take time, like kind of talk on this. Like when it comes to the teams in the sections, which teams did surprise you guys the most? In a good way and a bad way. I'm gonna start with you, Malik.
I'll start on the girls' side. In the sections and state, and the fact that class 4A, 3A, 2A, all the number one seeds won on the girls' side. So
no upsets there.
Yeah, pretty predictable. Hopkins 4A, 3A was Benilde, and then 2A was Providence. 1A, the one seed didn't win, but so that was pretty predictable from that side. I guess I was a little surprised. I know we'll talk about some, more stuff, but I was a little surprised about De La Salle girls losing in the first round to Alexandria in the state tournament. It was like a 20-point loss too, but they got De La Salle got Anisha Scott, and I guess you can't just have one player, but I was surprised it was a little lopsided in that game. But that's what I thought about the girls' side. Yeah.
That was crazy too, because isn't she Miss Basketball finalist, right?
Yep. And on the boys' side, I guess I wouldn't say any big surprises. I mean, I got some thoughts, but I'll let everybody else.
All right, how you feel about that, LD?
For the girls, I wasn't too surprised. I did. Maybe one surprise that I think I thought maybe Minnehaha would have a chance to beat Crosby Ironton and play Providence in the championship. I would have loved to see Addie Mack versus Madden in the championship game. But, shouts out to Crosby Ironton for making it.
Yep.
And I wasn't really surprised by too many of the wins. I will say I was surprised by some players, sophomores, Irma Walker, and also Diggs.
Oh, Hopkins.
Yeah, they kind of surprised me by how well they were ready for that moment and kind of handled the pressure and took over the game.
I remember the Eden Prairie game we was at earlier in the year. Both of them played good in that game.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, honestly, man, just going on like just the boys' side, I'm surprised none of y'all talked about Hopkins losing, and I know it's kind of not surprising just going off of the history of it when but it was like me. It's a few. Like, first off, Hopkins losing, I ain't going to say it was a surprise, but I was surprised, especially after they got that last W, how they got it. I was assuming they was going to walk in the building. Same energy. No, that wasn't the outcome. And then the second one was a game that, some of us was at. One of us was at, the Tartan game. Them being up by 15 points in the game and you find out what happened and you watch some of the film of how they lost, it's like, wow, they was playing with their food because they had them.
Against Cretan, right?
Yeah, against Cretan. Tartan against Cretan. When we got the update, Was I not surprised? I was like, wait, what? I'm out of the game. I'm like, what do you mean they're up by 15? They're up by 15?
Up by 15.
I'm wrapping up what I'm doing. I'm like, what? They're down by like 4. It's like 50 seconds. I'm like, so that. And then I gotta say, shout out to St. Paul Harden, man. That was surprising.
Nobody expected that.
Nobody expected that. And honestly, when I was at that game, how they were down by 8 points with 6 minutes left. Y'all know in high school basketball, unless you just have like some straight up dude, like a real Mr. Basketball type player, that's kind of hard to overcome when teams is already defensively locked in.
Yeah.
So the fact that they came back from that was super surprising. Beat somebody on their home court too. Their home crowd there. Those three was mad surprising for me, man.
Yeah, and big players stepping up in that Harden game.
Against
sure. St. Thomas. And so, I mean, even Ajon, that last little pull-up he had to put him up by 2, I think it was.
He had a lot of even
layup.
He had a layup. The last point was a jump shot, but he had a layup before that. He had about 2 steals before that. The and one and the jump shot was the one that kind of closed the deal, though, for sure. But he didn't even shoot the ball necessarily a whole game. He just played hard, and
when it mattered.
Yeah, when you play hard nonstop, that's what happens when you have a short memory amnesia. You know what I'm saying? So, how you feel about that, D3? What was teams kind of surprised you when it comes to the section?
I agree with all 3 of the teams you picked. All 3 of them. Like you say, that Hopkins one definitely was probably the most. What they say, the most upset.
I think so.
I'd say it's the most upset. And, them being Hopkins, like you say, their history that they have, they known to go to the state tournament, and then you come short.
Well, no, I was kind of saying, like, kind of surprising because the history of them, like, because they have lost to Wazetta like 5. They lose to them 5 years in a row. But it's like this time I really thought that, because when we talk about this Hopkins team, people can say what they want. At the end of the day, the end result's in. That's one of the best backcourts in Minnesota State history. Yeah. Anthony Smith and Jaden Moore is one of the best of that. Because that's just I'm trying to think of a time where when we played where it was 2 dudes that was
they'll go for 20.
That can eat on an average though, not like on some maybe this night he might have 12, this night he have 14. Then he'll these dudes is that caliber of talent. So that's why I was kind of like I thought it was their year. I thought they had it. They was killing the whole entire season. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. That was just real surprising for me.
And
man.
You know what they call this month, right? March Madness, man. This is the month of upsets.
Honestly,
this is the month of upsets. And again, I want to give a big shout out to Hari, man. Like you say, not just being biased because we from St. Paul and things like that, but
I'm being completely biased because I'm from St. Paul when it comes to them. I'm not going to lie.
For sure.
I'm a biased person. I don't even know why I lied. I'm biased. I'm trying to be over here. Hey, I got to get back to my mode, man.
Yeah, come on, D3. It's Unplugged, man.
Hey, man. Hey, big shout out to Steve, man. Big shout out to Steve. Coach Lee over there, man. The whole rest of the coaching staff, man. Nobody expected that. Nobody even counted y'all probably even go past the first round, man. So,
Nobody did, yeah.
To even make it to the first round, make it to the state and lose, that's a big accomplishment to even get there. And, I tell kids this all the time, like, if y'all look at the success y'all had that y'all didn't have previously, years before. This is something that y'all could brag about, talk about. Mm-hmm. Y'all didn't win, cool. But a lot of people don't get that chance to go to state and beat a team that was expected to beat y'all at their home.
Yeah.
Give it up for yourself, man. So at
the
end of the day, man, congrats, Harden. Great win, man. And keep pushing forward. Y'all got a bright future, man.
And it's crazy because they got the short end of the stick like every game when you kind of think about it because they didn't get no fit like when they went in. Well, St. Thomas I guess they already was number 1 before they even did the seeding. But still, like everything they went up against was like,
yeah, it was a rock fight.
But yeah, that last game was tough. And I know they played real hard against De La Salle today. I think they lost by 7 points, so that wasn't really a
yep, they did.
Yep, they played De La Salle today.
Yeah, I was surprised by that.
They was up at halftime by 4 or 5.
4 or 5, yep.
5.
Yep.
Man, hey,
Hard,
y'all got a bright future, man. Keep doing y'all thing over there, man.
All right. Speaking of that, since we kind of talked about them, how y'all feel about the first reaction of the first round state. That was sections state.
Right, for the boys.
For the boys, like when it comes to some of these losses right now. I know everybody watched all these games yesterday. It was very, very entertaining. Very, very entertaining. We kind of already speak about Harden. So what's kind of your thoughts, LD, on some of the games you saw kind of yesterday when it comes to the boys?
Oof, I think it's going to be very exciting to see some of these games coming down the stretch. That's what I think. I think 3A is very tough right now. And I actually believe that the winner, I would say the winner of Mankato and Orono will win the championship.
The winner of Mankato and Orono is going to win the championship.
I agree.
For 3A.
For 3A. Mankato East is tough.
For 3A. And then 4A, I think we talked about it. I think Creighton had a decent showing first game. I think Maple Grove had a great showing first game. Shakopee is coming. They've had a very good outing. And I like 2A a little bit as well, but I think that'll end up just being Albany versus Breck. Mm-hmm. 1A, I don't I haven't got to see them, of course, because they're going to play tomorrow. So we'll see what that's looking like tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know. For Shakopee, I guess I didn't know much about Shakopee, but y'all think they got a chance against Wayzata?
I do.
I think when it comes to 4A, they're like all those teams have a chance. I feel like for the most part against each other. Like look at like a team like because what's Mankato East? Are they 3A right? They're 3A. They're 3A right. The only loss they have was against Hopkins, right? Or was that Wayzata? It was Hopkins that beat them by 8 points. So you look at that, comparing it to that, and you look at all the teams at 4A. We already know what Creighton can do. I think it might be up for grabs. But of course, you're gonna go with the favorite. Most people are gonna say, I think Creighton in that regard. They're gonna just take them to say, oh yeah, they're gonna win it. But a lot of these other teams, I don't know nothing about Shakopee. I haven't seen them. I seen their record, and I seen, you know what I'm saying? Like I seen like some of their tough wins and bad losses. But that's the thing about the state. So I don't really. Yeah, I'll cover a lot of the 3A, a lot of the 4A stuff. It's kind of been Creighton and Wayzata for the most part for me, and Maple Grove is decent too.
Right. I mean, I think it's kind of janky the way that sections is set up because you got a lot of tough teams, especially in that section that had Creighton and Tartan and all those teams. So, and Eastridge was in that section
a lot of tough
too.
teams.
Central had a good season. Stillwater, but I don't think the sections should be the same every year. I mean, we used to shift in sections and classes because it happens all the time, periodically, but I think it should be more frequent. It should be more like seeded off of performance. Like make the sections more dynamic because there's no way you should have had Creighton and Tartan in the same section. And people could say, well, yeah, that's just how it is for the past however many years. But I don't know, make it more dynamic, make it more interesting like that. Try to work a little harder to get the better matchups going. Because I remember when in football they first broke out to the super class, the 6A or whatever, and it's like, geographically, these schools ain't necessarily close to each other, nothing, but it's the big programs going against each other. So I think like playoff basketball should be seeded a little differently like that. I mean, they try to factor in strength of schedule, but that's kind of hard to do. But yeah, I think it could be a little different.
Your brother actually commented something on the TCS Radar page, and he said that I'll show it to you or tag you, but he said something about They're changing the section every 2 years or something like that. I don't know, like
I heard. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah,
but I have heard that before.
I've been hearing that. I don't know if y'all heard of that or anything, or at least saw it. I've never heard nothing like that before until he said it.
I'll be on the lookout.
I'm about to say. I think section changes because like even when we was playing, like we had Matamita, Harding, Hill Murray, so it gotta have changed because the same teams that we played, some of them not even in our section anymore, or anything like that. So they do obviously probably change it every probably couple years or so like that. So that is probably true. I don't know how true it is, but
it needs to be changed. It needs to be more competitive. Like a lot of those section first round game victories was crazy. Like I don't even gonna blast these schools. We're not here to do that, but we all know one of them made a couple of like some media pages here, like who don't even cover sports, like made it for the wrong reason. I'm like, y'all cover sports now? That just shows you what type of people do. They just when you do something bad happens, they gonna cover it no matter what it is.
Were y'all surprised by the Orono De La Salle result?
No. No.
Neither Sal's young, so they'll be coming.
There's like what, a team full of sophomores and juniors on that team.
Pretty much, yeah.
So like they're like kind of like
seniors.
Yeah, they're like Johnson essentially right now. Like they're the same team. That's why I'm like, nah. I mean, when you look at what Superman has been doing over there, we'll talk about him later on. But no, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I know we've seen a lot of talent and we've seen a lot of cold dudes come. I can't remember a time where every week he drops 40, he drops 30, he drops 50, he drops 40, he drops 40. I've never seen it. And I'm not saying it's not being done, but there's a one player dominance like that. I mean, we got the NBAs, we got the stars in NBAs now. Don't get me wrong, but they were on some team oriented basis. You know what I mean? A lot of them weren't going out just doing that every night, which they probably could have. But to see that, we're gonna talk about that later, I guess.
Yeah. Should we talk about it now, or y'all got more first round reactions?
I think we can. Yeah,
because honestly, like Mankato East, Orono. All right, so you got Maston against Groves, both top 5 finalists.
Yep, Minnesota boys.
Mr. Basketball, right? So I don't know. I remember a couple weeks ago when Richfield was playing Orono, kind of like internally we were saying, man, whoever win this game might win Mr. Basketball between CJ at Richfield and Nolan.
He's a dog too, by the way. Hell of a season, CJ.
Right. So it's like, Nolan won that game, or Orono won that game. Nolan balled out. And then so this game now, kind of same situation, y'all think? Or y'all think Nolan kind of got it wrapped up for the season? Or Masson could have a big game and kind of seal it up,
Nolan got it wrapped up, man.
Nolan won that joint really like 3-4 weeks ago to me. But I ain't gonna lie, like, look at everything that teams went through. Everything that teams went through, you don't know, the motivation that's running through them is probably something that none of us, we ain't experienced that like per se, that. Right. Like we dealt with definitely friends. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, like basketball team, no type shit, but like literally like your point guard.
Oh yeah.
Passing a tragic car accident, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. And I don't like to, talk about stuff like that, but that's a part of his story. And that's one of them things where I feel like that team right now is just on something different, and they got like the right motivation. And I feel like that's one of the things, because I ain't never seen nothing like this, bro. I think he won it, like I said, like almost 4 weeks ago when he dropped like 40 for like the 4th time, and I'm saying like they're winning these games when he's doing this. It's not like they just dropping these points and they're losing the game by like 20 or 15. They're winning. And then you look at the next leading scorer on his team. He has about 16 or 14 points.
Brady Woolley.
Well, he's normally, but sometimes, there's other guys that step in. Right. But the fact that he's doing that consistently, did we watch that? I know we watched it. I'm being rhetorical. Did y'all watch that first round yesterday?
Yeah.
The first half?
I had 23.
23 in the first half.
What is his position? Is he a
guard?
He's a guard, but the way he's built and the way
that's why I'm like
he can do what he want to do right now.
I mean, watching him, he's bullying. And I like his game because I label him as a 3-level scorer.
He is.
And his jump shot a little weird, but that's what go in.
That's what I was gonna tell you.
The jump shot a little weird, but it goes in. But that 3-level scorer, he's different.
He can do everything, bro. That's one thing I can say about the man. From what I've seen, he could play. To me, that was the most I've seen him. I'm going. I don't even care.
That's what I'm saying. Like he bully ball. Like he's bullying. Like he
you just said it.
I like tough kids like that. Like jump shot. Like we talk about this all the time. Like the game of basketball. A lot of jump shots. A lot of threes. A lot of that. And just seeing him go to the basket, dropping his shoulder, getting the L1, posting up, spinning, hook shot. That's different. That's separate you from a D1 player from a D2 player, D3 player. Is like your skill level.
Yep.
And he's a real 3-level scorer. And I guess I tip my hat off to dude tough. He tough.
And it's hard for me to even say, like, because I like Chase. I like Chase a lot. I think Chase game is
Chase Thompson?
Yes, Chase Thompson from Alexandria. He's a monster. Yeah. Like even like I said, like CJ, we brought up CJ, even the kid from Totino Grace. There's a lot of kids on there. Mankato East, what's his name? Brogdon, how you say his name?
Yeah, Brogan.
What's his name?
I think Brogan.
Yeah. Brogan, what's his last name? Masson. Yeah, like even him. Like I only seen his stats. That was my first time seeing him play.
Exactly.
Yesterday. I didn't cover a lot of Mankato East games this year. Right. But just seeing how he was playing, and I know it was a blowout, but when you watch plays when they first start, how people move, how they score, how they get to their spots, I'm like, bro, he looked nice. So I'm happy to see. I can't wait to see, like you said, the winner of their next game. Who do they play next? They don't play Orono next, do they?
Mankato East.
They play Orono next, right? They play Orono. That's gonna be.
That's a
That's gonna be popcorn for sure. Yeah, like
that's a good.
And I ain't gonna lie.
That's tomorrow.
Mankato East might get that edge because I don't know if Nolan can do that. That they play as a whole team defensively. I know, like I said, it was a blowout when they played Harden, but I saw great defensive rotation. I saw like some athletic dudes that got from them. They got some. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I was seeing.
They
the
number one seed for a reason. So.
Exactly. They lost to Hopkins by 8 points, and that was early in the season. So let's imagine if they would have played them again.
Yeah, in Richfield, the game we was at the end of the season, Richfield was up late with like less than 5 minutes left, like 5-6 points. Yeah. They were up a decent amount, like late, and then Orono just came back. I mean, Richfield missed some shots and things like that, but Orono capitalized, and that's the mark of the winner, right?
Don't Orono just like one of the most clutchest teams? Like look at how like I remember when they played up Bemille St. Margaret last year. I remember that's still
the half court
game winner, like.
And then they iced him again this year.
Well, they blew them out this year. I don't think no one saw that. That should have been a surprise.
I forgot
about that. Actually,
that's another surprise.
Another one.
Because
Bemille was amped.
I was surprised they got blown out for sure.
Well, I guess I wasn't surprised that they lost. I should say.
Yeah, like I'm losing. I know it was going to be a tough matchup.
Yeah.
You got who's Jalen Wilson.
But a blowout is crazy.
Jalen Wilson is nice, but I'm like, what?
I guess I was surprised Jaden Moore only had 0 points.
Oh, you talking about Hopkins?
Yeah.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna bring that up too, but like you can't beat a face of the team, and you.
How much did Anthony finish with? I didn't.
He had 21.
Yeah, he finished with 21.
Yeah,
because I know that we were busy that day. I couldn't. Oh yeah, shout out to everybody.
We couldn't get there.
I was gonna say y'all, we only so many people. Y'all be wanting us to be everywhere. Well, listen, we'll be there in time. Relax though, bro. Like, and just because we show some St. Paul school loves, don't mean we don't love other people from St. Paul or the city, bro. Like, y'all got to stop creating narratives in your own head. Like, we will be there.
Now, on the girls' side, though, for Miss Basketball, what y'all think about that? Because, I mean, we've always been fans of Anisha Scott and Kendall McGee. You know, those were players we talked about on the radar in the past. But, I mean, what do y'all think? I mean, Addie, of course, we talked about her as well.
I like Jordan. I like Jordan.
You talked about Jordan as well.
Jordan
so they all in there.
I like her. Her game is smooth. She make a lot of creative shots, and like skill level when it comes to like women basketball is like it's like super skilled, semi-skilled, and just not skilled. So it's like 3 notches sometimes.
They about to be at your neck for saying that.
Yeah, no disrespect though, no disrespect. I'm saying like.
Go ahead, you got it.
Yeah, I mean, I would say what I want to say.
Go ahead, own it.
Say whatever I want to say. But what I'm saying is like, when you look at the girls that got that wiggle sauce versus girls that just got the basic skills, and then some girls that's just out there to be out there. That's what I'm saying. It's like no in-betweens. But with her, I feel like she got the whole package. Like she got the off the dribble. She got the to the rack game. She can pull up. I like her game the most. I really like her game. She's different, and like shout out to the other finalists of the other list of the females as well. This is a great list at the end of the day, But I like Jordan is that stand out to me the most. I like her game.
It's a more diverse list, I'll tell you that. Everybody ain't from 3A like the boys, and but I think Jordan is gonna take that. But Hope could. I think Hope could get it as well.
I didn't know about Hope actually. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yo, he brought up something that we forgot. I still want to say on that thought. I was all the Mr. Basketball finalists are all in 3A. What does that say about? What does that say? I'm not creating a narrative here. Now I'm just asking people. What does that say?
3A was tough this year.
But that was the preseason talk too. It was like it was gonna be, and they lived up to it.
3A was tough this year, man. When you look at everybody that's in 3A, like it's some dogs in 4A for sure. But I think they're just younger. Right now,
I think it's more evidence that the shit needs. It needs to be shaken up a little bit. If all of them, there's not one?
I think because it's a senior award, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, so I think it's mostly a senior award.
I guess you're right when you say that.
So with 4A, most of them is all like juniors and sophomores right now.
The Gatorade Award could be a junior.
Yeah, Gatorade could be.
Is
a
there
junior.
any? Let's say if that rule wasn't, let's say it was just for all players. Is there even a player in 4A that would even could even that we could even
this
consider?
year?
Yeah, I don't even think so.
4A senior.
I don't even think so.
Well, I don't want to say that.
Not
Hold
a
on,
senior.
wait. I don't want to say that. Let me take that back.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah, there is.
No. But in all honesty, there could have been a mixture on this list this particular year. Like I think Tommy could have been on the list. The kid from North Dakota.
Yep.
That's at Creighton.
Yep.
Maybe he was slowed down by injury, so that might have impacted some of his stats. But I think still just how impactful he was for Creighton. Like dominant. Him being in there, he's so dominant.
So
and Anthony Smith. Maybe.
Anthony Smith, yeah.
Them two, I think, could have been in there, but maybe impacted by also the players on their team because, I mean.
Teams are better in 4A.
You have teams that I'm just saying, like, your teammates. Like, you got Ty Slater on your team, JoJo. You could be impacted by that.
Well, he has like 3.
That's what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying. Now, that's interesting, though. I guess, yeah. It's a way to look at it,
but yeah, all those girls going D1 next year. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure about Hope. Does anybody know anything about Hope?
I'm not sure where she's going. Isn't Addie Mack going to North Carolina or where's she
going to Maryland?
She going to Maryland. Yeah, she want to get money on.
Anisha going to Richmond. Kendall
Jordan.
going to,
where's Jordan going?
Michigan State.
I like her.
Kendall going to Creighton.
I'm gonna start watching Michigan State girls now. I'm a Michigan State boys fan for sure.
Who was the one we did? Olivia from Benil St. Margaret.
Yeah, where she going?
Who she's at Michigan. The one who was a senior last year and won the state last year with Benil. She's at Michigan and she was doing like 14, 15 points a game as a freshman this year at Michigan. So
there was a girl that was hurt at Hopkins this year. I think her number's like number 5. I think she's going to Michigan.
Point guard?
Yeah. She was hurt though.
Right.
So she ain't playing the championship game.
It's a lot of talent, man. It's been a good year for ball for sure, man. That stuff is crazy. And this last topic. Now, before we get on this topic, this is all alleged. Nothing has been confirmed.
I'm not talking about this.
We have some sources. Some sources have said that there is going to be a new basketball coach at St. Paul Central, man. I'm not sure how true this is. I heard this from a few sources, so don't kill me.
You got one of them sound effects that's like dun dun dun.
Yeah, we got something scary.
Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff?
He's a freak. He's a freak.
No, that wasn't that. That wasn't that, man. That wasn't that. That was acceptable, man. It's who do you think you are, man? I don't know, man. But allegedly, there's a new coach. There's gonna be a new coach or a new hire or something like that. Right. I don't know how the city will react to something like that, just because based off when somebody's had a job for that long, a coaching job for that long,
25 years
or 25 plus years, I don't know what the reaction will be because the main thing is going to be who's coming in to replace this guy.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we were kind of talking about it recently, and I know you said that you might try to apply for the job, man.
Yeah, hey, Central, man. Hey. Might come home. Psych.
No, honestly, though, even if it ain't this year, it's like the question is still the same. Like, how do you feel that position?
How do you feel that position when the person's been there for that long? Like, I don't even know if, like, it's really one of them things where it's like, who is, like, do you put on, like, a voting system? Do you let the people pick or?
The ADs usually got the decision, right? Or who
the
choosing?
AD. So, like, y'all remember when we had that conversation about picking the North coach?
Yeah.
And
yep.
So I don't know. Every school might be different, but if I don't know, like I said, I don't know how Central ran. If the parents participate in picking, because this is new. This is 25 years.
This is 25 years.
So good question. Like that is a good question. Like how do you decide? Because are the parents involved? The AD, of course, going to be involved because he does the hire, but she. I apologize. I apologize. She does the hire. So, how do you what's the steps to Yeah, that's a good question.
It's honestly comes down to who's qualified for the job. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. And I be trying to think like who in the city right now that I know that wants to coach, that should coach. And I don't know. You know what I mean? One of my, me personally, and I ain't trying to put, this is just me talking. One of my, former coaches said that he wants to get back coaching. You know what I'm saying? And I think he would be he should have been at that position. Yeah. He should have been had a head coaching job position. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about Coach Malik Davis. You know what I'm saying? If a person like him was to come in, I think that the program would be turned over up. Man,
at least he was already there. So at least
he's already there. He knows the city. He knows the community. He knows ball. Like Coach Malik knows what he knows. Like when it comes to basketball, the community, I don't know another candidate that I could just pick out right now off my head. First Central right now. Yeah. I don't know. How you feel about that, LB?
He thought he was about to talk.
As far as people that could coach there and help, I think myself.
I agree.
I think Dre Ellis. I think Cam Smith could do it. And I also think Coach Malik would also be a good candidate.
That sounds like that could be the new coaching staff for Central. All y'all, man. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question, LD. You think about applying?
No.
Yeah,
hold on. You said myself. Hold on. Why you?
Nah.
You threw yourself in there though. So
that's why
we were just talking about who we think as coaches could be there. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just trying to
What do you? Because like if they don't, well, I ain't gonna lie to you. All those when you say all of those players right there, those are
Eric Coleman too. My bad. EC? Big EC. I think he could too.
If EC, shout out to EC. Yeah, shout out to. We just talking to EC. Just talking to EC literally before I came here. Like if EC wants to do that, I see now we getting somewhere. Now we have a list where
these are players. That's the common thread, right?
Yo, that's the common thread right there. That all these dudes that we named, every single one of them played. Like when you played the game, it's a little bit different. You got a different look to it. It's not just X's and O's. It's not just saying, your trademarks.
They all got relationships with the community. Like
exactly.
All of them. Dre Ellis got a nice young team right now. Like if he brought that team from what they doing to high school with him at Central, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and all these dudes have coached like high school reps. It's not like they're just AAU coaches or just like side time. They actually have coached high school, reps and stuff like that. So yeah, I think all those names would be good. I think EC one kind of really is interesting because I'm like that would be crazy because I know the amount of people who would want their kids just to that would be next level. Because we talk about that all the time. You always mention parents. Like when it comes to athletes, you always got to mention the parents too because sometimes they be putting a battery in their kids' back. Like most of us, I know me, him. I know shit. For the most people, our pops was real with us. They wasn't lying to us and just telling us nonsense. Like they wasn't saying BS. And like even if I was wrong, even if the coach was wrong, my dad would tell me, "So man,
suck it up."
Yeah, like baby. No, it used to be like, so what you telling me the coach wrong gonna do for you playing?
Right.
What that gonna do? And I'm like, no, you're right though. That's why it's like a lot of the parents. So I don't know, man. Like
it's gonna be controversial.
I don't know, man. It's gonna be, but that's the main thing because a lot of parents don't feel comfortable having their kids go there right now.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's actually It's overkill. I feel like for a lot of it is overkill. Like there's some people who I personally know they have a story. They can say some stuff where I was like, okay, I seen that. I was there, bro. I was a witness. Like if it was like some court, I'd have been on the man. I don't want to say nothing, but and it's one of those where it's like I seen it. But then there's other people that just get on the stand, they just lie. You know what I'm saying? They lie, they make up things. So a lot of the stuff is. So that's why it's just time for a reset in general. You know what I'm saying? These same people might complain once a new coach come in anyway. Yeah, and that's how you kind of just weed it out. But when you have the same face for 25-something years, bro, it's hard for people not to see something. But it's like, that's why in America you got to give up the presidency. You can't have the whole thing for the whole 8 years. You got to at least got to win it back. Like, they can't just, you see other countries, they be presidents for like 30-some years. Like, they're not going nowhere. Like,
I think too is like what you were saying. Like when people... When you coach there so long and people don't have nothing good to say about you, that's a problem. You know, like when there's more bad about you than good, that's a problem.
It wouldn't be a problem if you were winning.
Everybody knows that.
If you were winning, it wouldn't be a problem.
Correct.
Because I'm sure there's people that win and they don't like them too, but they're winning, so you can't say nothing.
But I think too, like even like some games, I know some players that went to Central as well and had things to say about them. And like even when they was winning and the coaching system and style just, I mean, I guess when you win, I guess you can not complain about that because you still won. I was about to say like they complain about like how the coaching is. Like getting took out when you hot. Like I just hit 2 threes in a row and I just got taken out, you know, things like that.
Besides the complaints I know about, every complaint has been some personal stuff. It's not been about basketball, in my opinion, for the most part.
Okay.
For the most part.
That's important to say, though.
That's what I've seen for the most part. You know what I'm saying?
So it's outside of the court.
I think the community wants to see a new face, and that's just, you know, the community wants to see a new face. You know, like a lot of people blame, you know, we live in a world where people blame everybody for their problems, you know. So if you got one brother that didn't make a team or another brother or cousin, and they all related, when they all sitting there and they seeing other people that they know that they think they better than they hooping officially, they're only gonna think about the guy that stopped them. They're not gonna be like, oh, I wasn't going to class.
Right.
Oh, I wasn't handling my business at school. Like, yeah, they don't want to say that part, and that's why I'm not finna say that on Facebook. Because I'm not finna defend people when it comes to that. Like people have their flaws. Everybody does. We're human. Yeah. But some of the stuff be personal attacks. So I think, man, maybe you know, if the news is true and there's gonna be a new coach there, that might be just something, a good reset for everybody. A new basketball coach at least. I mean, they still got a young team. They got Eli over there. They got Tess. They got Sefi. They got some people over there. They got some young dudes over there that can hoop a little bit. So I know the community behind them still. But
I think the most important thing about this whole situation, this allegation or whatever, that if it's true or not, whoever that they bring in, you got to remember when you talk about St. Paul, you talk about Central and Johnson, and none to Como, none disrespect to Como, Highland. Wash
basketball specifically
like
though. Basketball specifically,
basketball specifically. You talk about them teams, and when you go from Central and Johnson fighting back and forth for the city title, when you bring in this person, this can be either a good thing or a bad thing. This could be where Central excel, or this is the downfall. You know, because this could be a rebuilding stage. Obviously, it is going to be a real. If this is true, it's going to be a rebuilding stage.
If it's true, because it's 25 years. It's crazy.
Yeah, and you go from Central being a top school in the city, number 1 or number 2, depending on who you asking and what year it is.
Well, conference champs 2 years in a row.
You know, that's what I said. Depending on the year and who you asking.
Not his accolades.
Number 2.
He got his accolades to St. Paul. No one can take that from him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? As far as conference champions and Twin City games and that, you know, I mean, I guess Vern has an argument, of course, but just outside of them, like when it comes to what he's done, he got a resume.
Yeah.
Like,
so keeping that same level of intensity with what he have won and did for the city, this person they got some shoes to fill, especially at Central when arguably. Not even arguably, Central supposed to be the number 1 school in the city by far.
It's the first school ever in Minnesota.
Supposed to be the number 1 school in the city by far.
Get it correct. You know what I'm saying?
So, you know, whoever the new coach is, if there is going to be a new coach, man, he got some some shoes to fill, and they have a big community over there as well. And I know that the community over there is real big on their school over there.
Whoever the coach is going to be under more pressure than Coach Howe ever was.
For sure.
Whenever he
Howe don't
even
care.
even like just say like this is all true and he does end up stepping down and he goes somewhere else. That person is going to have to deal with all of this. And like don't let them be a person that they didn't want to get picked.
Right.
I mean, they don't even gonna know you. And gonna be like, oh, what the hell does he know about the first thing they're gonna do? They're gonna dissect everything about you. They're gonna look at you. They're gonna try to study your background. You know, like, you know, we talked about some of the stuff that I'm not gonna allude to what we, you know, when it comes to that. But if you bring in a certain person, it just has to be. If the people don't trust them, you're gonna have the same thing, and it's gonna be worse.
Yeah,
because we have cell phones now,
and coaches already coming in with their own style and system, so the players may fit. The players that's there now may fit or may not fit that coach. Every coach is different.
Yeah,
you know, so that might be another thing too, where like this player started, this player ain't getting that much time as he did last year. It's a lot of factors that play into having a new coach. And, you know, going to college and, like I said, we play AAU, different coach, high school, different coach, college, different coach. Now, one of my coaches, none of our coaches was the same, and I don't think there was. I can speak for majority of people. I think I speak for everybody. I don't think there's no coach that you ever played for that was the same as your previous coaches. So, coming into Central with a new coach, if again there's a new coach,
if there is a new coach,
it's gonna like you said, it's gonna be a lot of conflict early in the first couple years, not even just first couple years, because you coming in with a new system, then you bring your own team, assistant coaches gone. It's a whole new system.
You got to reset, though, man. You got to reset. When you see the same face over and over again, I mean, I know it's not like college and the pros where it's like you're going to see the same players for I guess kind of it is. When you look at how much players in the NBA get traded now, they're not even there for 4 years no more. Yeah. They'll be there for a little bit and they'll trade you. So, man, you got to treat that the same way, man. If the results ain't coming in and it's been one way, if you want to meet new expectations, you're going to have to take risks. So, like I said who I think my pick is. All those picks he named are definitely all highly candidates.
It's going to be crazy. I love to see that
if they want it. Because that's the next question. Like, do they want that? Who wants that position? Like,
because it's going to come with.
It's coming with a lot, bro.
What if it's somebody that not even from the city?
Like, what's their basketball background? That's the first thing. That's the first thing you got to ask yourself.
I can see Central possibly picking the coach. Again, it's just me, my opinion.
We gonna see
somebody that's not from the city or known because of
that
the conflicts.
Because of that, what you say, LD?
I know they will.
So you
because of the conflicts, so they ain't got.
So they'll try to avoid all the politics and try to hire just somebody who.
I don't even know who the AD is.
It's I'll tell you, I've seen her a couple times. I know.
No, like I said,
yeah, but where's she from?
I don't know.
All the other ADs, we knew who Miss Funk was. She went to St. Paul High. We knew who Galloway
was.
He from the city.
I still see him.
They changing everything in front of us.
So y'all don't even know who the AD is. That's crazy.
No, we know. I know who she is. I just don't know her
is she
name.
From the city or not?
No, well, yeah, like that. I don't know where she's from.
Yeah, that's gonna play a big part too. Like I said, when you
that's a good point.
Yeah, because then Central, like I said, it's a household name.
But we don't know. She could be from St. Paul.
She could be from St. Paul. So let me stop woofing.
I was just
She might.
He just brought up a good point.
St. Paul, so let me stop woofing.
So that was still a good point though, because like where you're from does matter. So, and like you said, the AD plays a huge part in that. Plays the part in that. So I mean, like most of the ADs. Past ADs at least. I've seen her at some games. I'm not gonna lie. I cover a lot of Central games. I've seen her at away games, not just home games. Yeah. So you're at them games. Galloway, Funk, they were at them games. And they were known in the community. You would see them at the grocery store locally. No, I guess real. When it comes to especially now at this time right now, this is what we need, community based. So if they do try to take that route and try to just, go, we don't want to deal with the controversy, we'll go outside. It says a lot. And
keep it.
It's just gonna make us keep on pushing what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Just building more of a city-based platform for the inner city. And it needs to be shedding the light that we kind of from this.
That's some real.
We're from this.
Yeah, that's real right there. And like you said, all the candidates are St. Paul grown,
and these are dudes that literally. He named all them dudes he names college graduates. He named and got actual basketball backgrounds. They know the games. EC is a professional. You see him right behind me, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's definitely I guess we're gonna have to just wait and see. I want to even know, how does something like that even get announced officially? It's not like we're in college.
Post it on Facebook.
I know, right? Yeah, literally, right? Yeah, literally. That's what it's gonna be. That's why it's
damn.
So I guess we'll be
just announce it.
Just announce it, yeah. There should be media coverage over that. What's going on? There's
gonna be a lot of round of applause if this is true.
Oh no, bro, they're about to lose their mind, bro. There's people who probably never even thought about playing basketball for the men. I saw a person that didn't even play sports, a girl. I don't even know. I never liked him. I'm sitting there why? I'm like, why?
Never played for him?
I'm like, why? He just made my life a living hell. I'm like, by doing what? Telling you to go to class? Because they talking about some basketball stuff. They're not talking about what you talking about. That's why I be like, people just, they crazy, bro. What I say when it was popping off, I said, man, some of y'all will blame Coach Al for y'all not being an Avenger. It's his fault.
Any little thing.
A little thing. But no, that's kind of how I felt about that situation. Like I said, this is all alleged. This is unplugged. This is what we do. We kind of just have our conversations, our perspective. So don't Don't harm us too bad. I'm
Yeah, don't take nothing
It's all
personal.
good. Somebody's gonna be mad. We don't care. That's what we do it for, man. But
Leak, you ain't had nothing to say on Leak.
how you feel about that movie?
Yeah, we good. Y'all was saying everything I was thinking. So
I want to hear your thoughts too,
Yeah, I
man.
still want to hear some
They about to
thoughts
kill
on
me in
Leak.
D3.
Yeah, for sure. I'm over here thinking, I was thinking the same thing. Like, LD just sitting back and let us just go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and Leak just sitting there. Like,
And that's what they gonna say. They're like, look at LD just saying nothing.
Nope.
He's sitting there doing this.
Ain't no need for me.
You gotta watch his body language. He's like, he might agree, but he ain't gonna say nothing.
It's too close to home.
I ain't have to say nothing.
He just know.
We just talked about which coaching candidate, so I talked about that.
No, he brought it up. Good.
yeah, I'm good, man. I'm
All right,
good.
man. I guess we'll be back here next Wednesday if we don't get lynched by the mob, by the mob people, by the lynch mob. You know what I'm saying?
By the sports mob.
By the sports mob. The sports mob might get us.
Hey, I can't wait till these come out because the Facebook OGs,
Oh yeah, they go.
man.
I can't wait for y'all to clip this up, boy. Yes, sir. Put these out.
Hey, me and Wayne was going back and forth. I was just like LD in my head. I'm like LD, man, you gotta.
All right, man.
chime
We
in,
out.
man.
Why they looking for LD?